Part 1 of this video shows an example of an animated story told using Scratch Junior. For background information on the planning prior to the animation, please check the accompanying notes. The second part of this video shows what code blocks were used in the making of the animation and why they were chosen.
What's going on? Where is everyone? What? Where did you guys come from?
Hello! We were at the zoo and all these children arrived. It was so noisy, we decided to leave. So we came on an excursion to school.
Uh-oh. Where's Mum?
Oh no, I overslept. Get dressed. Get your bag. Put your shoes on. You can have some toast in the car. Let's go.
Oh, great. I'm gonna be late for school. When I got to school late, I thought it was gonna be a boring day. Let's play hopscotch. Can we play hide and seek too? What about follow the leader? Okay, let's go outside.
Oh no! The kids are back! It's gonna be so noisy! Let's go!
Hi Harry, how was the excursion? The zoo was pretty boring. There weren't even any animals.
We start with all the characters except the child hiding. This command is done by choosing the hidden person from the purple code blocks. In this example, the zebra hides as soon as the green flag is pressed. The same code sequence is applied to all other characters on the stage. The code here shows that when the green flag is pressed, the child will move from side to side using motion blocks from the blue code blocks, and then play a recording made by the microphone from the green code blocks. Another way of telling the story could be the use of the text bubble feature found in the purple code blocks. The child will move sideways again and another recorded sound will play. A message is then sent with a red envelope which will trigger an event for other sprites. In this case, it triggers the animals to show. There are 6 coloured envelopes which can be used for each page or section of the story. Each story can have up to 4 pages. The child then waits while the animals appear and speaks using 2 recorded blocks. The author could record a longer message and just use 1 block, but I find that it often helps young children if they record short sequences and then string them together. That way, if anything goes wrong, only a small element of the speech needs to be redone. A green envelope is then sent which triggers the fairy to appear and grant the animals the gift of speech. The fairy's code starts on the green flag with her disappearing for the start of the story. When she receives the green envelope, she appears and repeats 10 movements at a very fast speed. She hovers up and down and gradually moves towards the animals. She moves down towards the zebra and then disappears. A blue envelope is then sent. Next we'll look at the zebra's code. On the green flag the zebra hides. When it receives the red envelope, it shows and moves forward 2 steps. Anything that has a number on it can be clicked on and a new value inserted. In this case, 2 steps was sufficient. There are then 2 lots of code that are triggered by the blue envelope. To highlight that the zebra was talking, it was decided to make it move up and down at a normal pace, with a repeat loop, holding the blue blocks and repeating the movement for the duration of the speech. A concurrent script ran the sequence of recorded statements from the zebra. The final block makes the story continue to the next page. It is only needed on one of the sprites. These next page icons will only appear in the red code blocks once additional pages are added on the right of the screen, and this is done by pressing the plus. The rest of the animal characters have the same simple code to hide upon start of the story and show upon receipt of the red envelope. Next we move to the flashback scene where the child tells the backstory of how they arrived in this predicament. In order to easily set the scene, we add a title to the top of the page to show the viewer this is a flashback. Adding a title is done by clicking on the pale blue circle with the ABC on it at the top of the screen. For this scene, on the green flag the mother hides and the child speaks. When the child's voice recordings have finished playing, she sends an orange envelope to trigger her mother's appearance. The script here shows the mother hides on the green flag, then shows when she receives the orange envelope. She then moves at a fast pace towards the girl and speaks. She pauses to move closer, and then a series of voice recordings of short, sharp statements are played to give a sense of urgency. A purple envelope is sent, which triggers the child to speak. Once the purple envelope is received, the last statement is played and the trigger is sent to change to the next page. In this code, on the green flag the child speaks and then sends an orange envelope. This triggers the monkey to speak and move up and down. The red envelope is sent to the camel. The camel speaks and moves up and down and sends a yellow envelope to the child. When the child receives the yellow envelope, she speaks, and then a change to next page code block is added. None of the other animals require coding on this page. This page has two sprites of the female child, one who appears happy and one who appears surprised. We had originally planned to have the teacher appear, but the author decided another child telling about their trip to the zoo would be funnier. It's important to let students edit their stories as they go to improve them and end with impact. The code here shows when the green flag is clicked, wait for 2 seconds, then move from side to side 2 steps repeated twice. Wait 1 second and send an orange envelope, then hide. The surprised child sprite then appears upon receipt of the orange envelope, having hidden on the green flag, which is activated automatically when the page is changed. The bus also appears when the orange envelope is received, having hidden and shrunk slightly for perspective upon start. The bus moves forward and sends a red envelope. The zebra was told to show and move from side to side quickly at the start of the page, and then move forward once. Upon receipt of the red flag, it jumps up and down twice and speaks, then moves left and hides, sending a green envelope. The other animals, which were moving from side to side at various speeds, then move left and hide upon receipt of the green envelope. The camel then hides and sends the blue envelope. Upon receipt of the blue envelope, the happy child appears, speaks, and sends a yellow envelope. The surprised child hides. The code for the male child is to hide from the start of the page. Upon receipt of the blue envelope, show. Upon receipt of the yellow envelope, jump up and down quickly twice and speak. The final red block tells the story to stop. The next few slides explain a couple of items. We use children's faces on the sprite in the story. This is done by choosing a sprite with a blank face and tapping on the paintbrush to edit them. In edit mode, tap on the camera above the paint bucket and it should activate the camera. The app will need to be given permission to access the camera if not already granted. The same applies to the microphone that was used earlier. Tap on the space for the face and the camera will become live in the face area. Choose either a forward facing for a child to take their own photo or rear facing camera for someone else to take their photo. It's often easier for someone else to take the photo of a child's face so that it fits well into the space. To delete a character, tap and hold on the sprite on the left of the screen. Tap the cross to delete. These images show what the code blocks do. The yellow code blocks trigger story elements. So the triggers are when the green flag is clicked, when a sprite is tapped, when a sprite touches another sprite, and when I receive and send coloured envelopes. The blue blocks are the movement ones. So you could move right, move left, move up, move down, rotate right, rotate left, jump, and return to start position. The purple blocks include speech bubble text, grow in size, shrink in size, return to normal size, hide, and show. The green blocks are preset sound and microphone if enabled. Recorded sounds only show up for a sprite if they've been recorded on that page. Orange blocks include wait, stop the sprite, change speed, repeat what is inside the loop. The red blocks include stop all, repeat all, and change page, which only shows up when pages are added on the right of the screen. And that's it for this video. I hope you've learnt enough to start working with your students on creating multimodal tasks. Please read the accompanying notes to see how to plan and develop the story as part of the process. Although it's important to allow students to play and create using Scratch Junior to familiarise themselves with the app, it's also an important part of the writing process to plan the story first. It's also an important part of programming to plan algorithms prior to programming. This is especially important if resources and access to iPads is limited. Have fun!